So recently, I went to the BFI London Film Festival. I got to see some films, and now I'm going to tell you my opinion on the films that I got to see. I have just got back from Buffer Festival though, which was in Canada. I got back today, so I'm a bit jet lagged. I'm a bit ill, you can hear that, but I'm... Bear with me, I'm fine. I'm going to be speaking about two films that I saw. The first one is called Men, Women and Children, and the second one is called Whiplash. Let's start with Men, Women and Children. This is directed by Jason Reitman. He's made films such as Juno and Up in the Air. I'm a big fan of him. I think he's a really sharp director, and he knows how to tell great stories, mostly about characters and how they communicate with each other. Before we start with my opinions on this film, I went to see this, and it was a red carpet premiere, gala thing. I didn't know it was going to be a red carpet gala thing.
I'm on a red carpet, going to go see Men, Women and Children, but didn't know it was going to be a red carpet, so we've come incredibly underdressed.
I've come straight from work, I'm literally wearing my work clothes.
Didn't know that was going to happen.
They love my work clothes.
Yeah, so that was embarrassing, but let's not dwell on it. Hey, let's talk about the film. After it finished, I saw it with Daniel J. Charlie is so McDonald-like, and Emily Diana Ruth, and we all had a very similar reaction to it, which was, that was incredibly depressing and uncomfortable all the way through. And I think that's a really good thing. This film holds a very pessimistic view of the internet and how we use the internet and what it's done to us. Now, this pessimistic view isn't anything original. People go on and on about how the internet is bad for us and we spend too much time on it and blah, 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 blah. It doesn't feel like the message of the film is we should use the internet less, or that it's ruined us, or it's ruined our communication. It just feels like it wants to say, hey, maybe we should strike a balance between using it and not using it. It's depressing and uncomfortable in the best way. That's weird to say that out loud, but it's because it evokes such a strong emotion in me, like consistently throughout the entire thing. And again, that's a good thing. Not every film has to make you leave the cinema feeling full of hope and joy about the human race and being like, yay, what a lovely thing, what a lovely experience we all had together. I think one of the strongest points is that it follows so many different characters, but it doesn't ever like patronise any of their problems or look at one of their problems to be more valid than someone else's. It's like we step back as an audience, we don't judge the characters for what they're going through, and everything's kind of treated very equally. Also, the script is so good for everything the characters don't say. There's so many moments where you want the characters to react in a certain way and you're really hoping that they speak up or whatever, but that's not realistic. That's not what people do in real lives. They ignore problems or they put them off. It's everything you want them to do, they don't do it, and that's really original. I think that's unpredictable. I think what the director Jason Reitman does best as well is keep everything in the same tone. Nothing feels like it shifts too much, and that's really impressive. I'm just impressed. Impressive film. I was also impressed. Let's talk about Whiplash. Thank you for that segue. Slightly further away, Jack. Yeah, let's talk about Whiplash. I thought it was good. Well, don't give away what I think of it straight away. You can just edit that bit out. It's just you talking to yourself. But shush, don't wanna hear that. I went into Whiplash knowing nothing about it, and I kind of want you to do the same thing. Just know that it's really good. That's not much of a review though, so I'm going to try and be as vague as possible whilst giving you an honest opinion. The film is about a young jazz drummer and his relationship with his teacher. Even if you don't play a musical instrument, I don't. I have no musical talents whatsoever, but I still very much related to this. And I think it's because it's about creativity and passion and arrogance and addiction. Like Men, Women and Children, the film's very neutral in how it presents its characters. It doesn't go, this is the good guy and this is the bad guy. They're all just very flawed people, and that's when you know you've got a really special film. Like, it's not as black and white as like a Disney film where it's like good and evil. You have complex human beings that you like and dislike at different moments, like real life. J.K. Simmons is worth mentioning. He's in it, so he's worth mentioning, but he's really good in it. And it's really weird because he plays a dickhead. He's a dickhead, but he's really likeable. It is very unpredictable as well. There are so many moments in films usually where things happen and you go, oh, okay, so this is what's going to happen next. And then when those moments happen in this film, the film goes, no. It doesn't ever feel cheesy or like a sort of underdog story. You're rooting for the main character, but not in a sort of High School Musical way. And that, combined with a lot of other great stuff that I don't want to mention yet because I don't want to spoil anything, along with one of the most intense ending sequences I've ever seen, makes this an easy contender for one of my favourite films of the year, and I think it could be an underdog for the Oscars. Also, when it finished and the director and the actors walked on stage, I was a part of a standing ovation for the film, and I'd never been a part of something like that, and I think that speaks for itself, that we all collectively felt like it deserved that. So those are my thoughts on those films. If you agree or disagree, please comment below and let me know your thoughts. I'd love to have a discussion with you, or on Twitter as well. That's always easy. If you want to see some more of my stuff, there's a video for you right there. You can also just go to my channel and check out the things there. That's very easy. Also, you can subscribe lovely subscribe right here. I'll put it in. Make sure it definitely is here, otherwise that'll look stupid. All the links for things like Twitter and Instagram and Tumblr are in the description. If you want me to do more film reviews, let me know that as well. I'm not sure if you enjoyed this. And a big thank you as well to the BFI London Film Festival for letting me come along and do this. I really enjoyed going to see the films. I wish I could have gone to see more. Stupid Canada.